What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to show you how to play the 4 slice roulette strategy. Let's go. Let's talk about roulette. Unlike baccarat or blackjack, where you use playing cards, and as the cards come out of the shoe, depending on which cards they are, it may have an effect on future outcomes. While roulette is not like that. It is just a ball spinning on a wheel, making each result an independent random event. So money management is way more important than actual bet selection when it comes to roulette. European roulette carries a house edge of 2.7%. And on top of that, the payouts are not fair. What do I mean? Well, the European roulette wheel has 37 numbers, and if you were to hit on a single number, instead of getting paid 37 to 1 on your money, you only get paid 35 to 1. That is the house edge coming into play. But that doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun playing roulette. I am now going to show you the 4 slice roulette strategy. Here's the setup using the European roulette wheel. First step, I want to cut up the roulette wheel into 4 different slices so that I can work with different sections of the wheel. I'll show you what I mean. So section 1 will be the top right corner, numbers 0 through 34. So all of these numbers that you see, 0, 32, 15, 19, 4, 21, 2, 25, 17, and 34, will be section number 1. Section number 2 will be numbers 6 through 10. Section number 3 will be numbers 5 through 9. And finally, section number 4 will be numbers 22 through 26. Now, since all of the numbers are jumbled up and not in order, I have made a chart with the 4 slices that is way easier to follow. Here it is. You can see that I have organized the numbers for each section from lowest to highest. So if you would like to pause the video and write down the numbers for the 4 sections, you can go ahead and do that now. Each section has 9 numbers, except for section number 1, having 10 numbers. That is because we have included the green 0 for section number 1. Alright, here is how I play the 4 slice strategy. Let's say the ball lands on number 24. You can see the number 24 in section 3. So what I'm going to do is use this spreadsheet and write down section 3. Let's say the next spin is number 8. Section 2 carries number 8, so I'm going to put down 2. And finally, let's say the third spin lands on number 30. Also section 2. I'm going to type in 2. And my first row is complete. I have a 3, 2, 2. Now I start placing my bets when I see 2 or more of the same section appear on each row. So check it out. Row number 1, we have section number 2 appearing twice, section number 3 appearing once. So for the following row, row number 2, I will be placing bets on all 9 numbers on section number 2. I will bet 3 times until I get a hit. So if section number 2 comes up right away, I am done for that row. If I miss on the first attempt, let's say section 1 comes up, I will place another bet. And if section 2 comes up, I'm done for the row once again. Same thing goes for 2 misses. Let's say section 1 and section 4 appear. I'm down to my 3rd bet on the row, and I finally get a section 2 to hit. Obviously, I am done for that row because the row has come to an end. The betting progression I am going to use is a 1, 1, 2 for each row. What do I mean? Well, take a look at row number 2 once again. This would have been a 1 unit bet. I would have lost. The second bet would also be a 1 unit bet. We lost again. The third bet would be a 2 unit bet, and we happen to win that bet. If I get a win during a row, I will increase my unit size for the next row. Only on a win though. If I were to lose, I will stick to 1 unit. In this case, I won during the last bet. So the next time I get an opportunity to bet, I will start out with a 2-unit bet. Okay, so can I bet for row number 3? No, I can't. Why? Well, because row number 2 did not have at least 2 or more of the same sections show up. You can see a 1 followed by a 4 followed by a 2. So I will skip this row and take 3 more spins. Let's say we get 26, that is section 4. Let's say we get 15, that is section 1. And let's say we get 35, that is section 4. You can see 2 of the same sections appear on row number 3. So my bet for the following row will be on section number 4 because section number 4 appeared twice during the previous row. And since we won on our last bet right over here, I am gonna press my next bet. So I will start out with a 2-unit bet right down here. Now, I gotta tell you, I have had some long streaks with this strategy, okay? I have won 10 rows in a row before. A winning streak would look something like this. So if we're betting on the 4, let's say 4 comes up, we win, we would stop betting until the following row. Let's say we get section 1, section 1. We are now pressing our bet once again on section 1 because it appeared 2 or more times during the previous row. And let's say section 3 comes up, we lose. Section 1 comes up, we win. All right, we stop betting, wait for the next row. Let's say we get section 3. I am now betting on section 3. Let's say we get a 2, we lose. Section 3 comes up, we win. So on and so forth. Now, if we were to lose, let me clear some of this. So we won the bet over here during section 2. And we are pressing our bet for the following row here on section number 4. Let's say we get a 2, 3, 1. We miss. We don't press our bet any longer. I am going to go back down to base bet. Okay, so again, we only press our bets on a winning row. If we lose, we come back down to base bet. Let's hit the roulette wheel and I'm going to show you an additional step you can take to make placing these bets a lot easier. Before we get started, if you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and destroy the like button. Consider subscribing if you're new, turn on bell notifications, that way you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. Okay, we have 977 in the balance. I'm gonna go ahead and find a table and show you the additional step you can take. All right, so most roulette wheels will have a little star symbol right over here. Go ahead and click that. This is where you can save your bets. All right, so I'm gonna open the bet creator and let's start with section number 4. So we have 3, 7, 12, 18, 22, 26, 28, 29, and 35. I'm gonna go ahead and save and check it out. It saved our bet, making it easier for us to place a section 4 bet. I'm gonna go ahead and rename this to 4. All right, let's keep going here. I'm gonna open the bet creator, clear. Let's do section 3 now. So we have 1, 5, 9, 14, 16, 20, 24, 31, and 33. Click save. I'm gonna rename this to 3. And we just saved section number 3. We're gonna keep going here. So for section 2, we have 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 23, 27, 30, and 36. Click save. Let's rename this to 1 more to go. All right, so for section 1, we have 0, 2, 4, 15, 17, 19, 21, 25, 32, and 34. Click save. Let's rename this to 1 and check it out. We can now easily place a bet on each section. My unit size is the total amount of the bet. So take a look. We have a $9 unit size with the exception of section number 1. Because of the extra number, the 0, our unit size is $10 only for section number 1. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple of bets when we get a trigger. So we have number 4. You can see that number 4 is in section 1. So let's go ahead and type in 1. I usually prefer dealers that are sitting down, relaxed. Don't ask me why. Figure that out for yourself. All right, but I'm still gonna place a couple of bets on this table for you guys. So I'm looking for 2 more spins. I need a section to show up 2 or more times for me to place a bet on the following row. 36, that is section 2. Okay, so for this third spin, we need either section 1 or section 2 to show up for us to place our bet. So let's see what happens during the next spin. And looks like we got it. So 11, that is section 2. We are ready to go. I'm gonna place a bet on section 2 for 1 unit. And since we saved our bets, all I have to do is click once and you can see all of the numbers show up. This is why I love using this tool, okay? You can place the bets individually, however, you have to keep checking your chart, which is why I prefer it this way. All right, so 1 unit on section 2. Here we go. And we get a section 1, so we missed it there. I'm gonna rebet on section 2, again for 1 unit, so just pop a rebet. If we lose this bet, I'm gonna place 2 units, all right, as the last bet for the row, but let's see what happens first. So again, we're on section 2. And oh, it just went over to section 1 again. All right, so 2 units on section 2, last bet of the row. All right, and take a look. If we win or lose this bet, we can go ahead and bet on the next row because we have 2 section 1s show up during this row. All right, so after this bet, we will play section 1. And depending on if we win or lose, we will press our bet if we win. If we lose, we will stick to a 1 unit bet during the following row. So let's see if we can hit a section 2 right here. Nope, it's going over to section 4, so we lose. All right, I'm gonna go over to section 1 now for 1 unit. So all I have to do is click this button right here since I saved my bets, right? And take a look. All the numbers are covered since we took that additional step. So back down the base bet if we lose. I'm looking for multiple wins in a row for each of the rows while pressing my bet. That is when you make the most profit. So hopefully we get section 1 here. So anything right of the 0 up until 34. Nope, we get a section 4. All right, so we lose that. I'm gonna go ahead and rebet for 1 unit. Since we're only covering 9 to 10 numbers at a time, most of the time you'll lose. But when you win, the payout is a little higher. So I don't get discouraged when I'm losing a little bit. You just need that one run where you keep pressing your bets and the same section keeps hitting. But let's try to get a couple of wins on this table before I move to a different table. So looking for section 1 here, right of the 0 up until number 34. Nope, we get section 2. Number 23 is section 2. So 2 unit bet here. All right. If we win this, we can press the next betting opportunity. If not, we will stick to base bet. Oh, just got section 1, just got it. All right, so we win that bet. We can press our next bet. However, we can't bet on this row. Why? Because check out row number 3. No 2 sections showed up 2 or more times. So I'm gonna wait out this row. All right, guys, we're pretty much almost at break even. I believe we started with 977, right? So check that out. Only 1 win and we are at break even. Okay, I lost a bunch of times. I only hit once. So imagine if we're pressing our bet and winning row after row. So I'm gonna wait this row out as we get section 2 here. And it looks like we can't play again because we get section number 3. So I'm gonna have to wait another row. Let's be patient here. And we get another row that we have to skip. You see what I mean with a standing dealer? All right, you know what? I'm actually going to find another table. All right, guys. So give me a minute here. Okay, new table, guys. I'm gonna clear the chart. Let's start again. We'll start with 1 unit since we're on a new table. 27. So that is section 2. I'm gonna wait 2 more spins. Hopefully we get a section showing up 2 or more times. There we go, another section 2. So we already know that we're placing a section 2 bet during the next row since we have 2 of them showing up. All right, so it doesn't matter what this last spin is. After this spin, we will place a 1 unit bet on section number 2. And I've already saved my bets here. All right, making it easier for us to place. So we have section 3. All right, here we go. Section 2 bet. I'm going to click this once and it will place all of my numbers for me. That is why I like saving my bets. It makes it way easier. For this strategy, if you hit on the very first attempt during a new row, that is when you make the most amount of money. You still make money on attempt number 2 and 3, but you make the most on attempt number 1. And it's going to stay on section 3, so we lose that. All right, it's still a 1 unit bet. All right, if I lose this, I will place a 2 unit bet. Okay, but if we win, we can press for the next row. So let's see what happens here. We're looking for section 2. Nope. Went over to section 4. I'm not sure why the wheel is blurry. Everything else is not, but the wheel is a little blurry. That's okay. So let's repeat, and 2 units on section 2. Hopefully we can pick up a win here so we can press our bets. If not, we will stick with a base bet of 1 unit. Nope, it looks like it's staying on section 1. So we lose all 3 bets. And we have no trigger because no section showed up 2 or more times. So I'm going to wait out these 3 spins. Okay, we get section 1 that showed up 2 or more times, so we can go ahead and place a bet on section 1 for 1 unit since we didn't win. We only press on wins, okay? We're looking for hitting multiple rows in a row while pressing our bets. So looking for the right of the 0 up until number 34. Nope. That is an 18, section number 4. One unit on section 1 once again. If we lose this, we're going to place a 2 unit bet. Section 3, that is another loss. So 2 units here on section 1. And we just got that win as a 0 hit. So that is a nice win. However, we can't play the next row because no section showed up 2 or more times. But the next betting opportunity we get, we will press our bets. And the progression stays the same. It's a 1, 1, 2. But we are starting with 2 units as our base bet this time since we are pressing. I hope that makes sense. So it would be 2, 2, 4, right? Cannot play this row once again as we get section 3. So I'm going to wait out some more spins here. Skipping this row once again. Usually it doesn't take this long. But of course, when I'm shooting a YouTube video, there are some delays. So sorry about that, guys. We're going to have to keep waiting here. A couple more spins. Okay, we have back-to-backs on section number 2. So we can play the next row. And remember, since we won our last bet, I am pressing the next row. So after this spin, we will place a 2 unit bet on section number 2. Okay, 3 in a row on section 2. Actually 4 in a row if you count the last row. Okay, so 2 units. 1, 2 on section number 2 since we're pressing our bet. So this row we will go 2, 2, 4. All right. But hopefully we win on the first attempt. That's when we make the most money. So let's see what happens here. Nope. Section 1. Okay, we're going to do a rebet, 2 units still on section 2. Hopefully we win this row so I can press one more time. I usually like to press 3 times, and if I win 3 rows, I will go back to base bet. And it looks like we got it. Perfect. Okay, so I can press the next row as well. And take a look. We are in profit. We started with $9.77. So that's a little over $30, I believe. That's 3 units. But I'm going to press the next row, okay? So the next row after this spin, it would be 3, 3, 6. And hopefully we can hit on one of those bets. All right, but we first need a section 1 or section 2 to appear because we need a 2 or more of the same section. So let's see here, right side of the 0. And no, left side of the 0, that is section 4. So I'm going to have to wait. And when we get our next betting opportunity, we will place a 3 unit bet. So I'm going to wait a couple more spins here. But you can see that all it takes is a couple of pressed wins and you're in the profit. That's what I like about the 4 slice strategy. All right, so let's wait it out here. And it looks like we can't play this row once again as we get section 1. So I'm going to have to wait once again. Okay, good. We can play the next row because we have section 2 coming up once again. So after this spin, we are pressing our bet for the 3rd time. It'll be a 3 unit bet on section 2 after this spin. Okay, we get a 2-2-1 for that row. Let's play section 2 for 3 units. 1, 2, 3. And again, depending on what type of player you are, you can go for, I don't know, 4 presses, 5 presses, but after a while, pull your bets down, take some profit. I've had a run of winning 10 rows in a row before. It was nuts. But hopefully we get a section 2 right here on the first attempt because that is our most profit. Oh, it bounced out of section 2, went over to section 1. It's okay. Let's place another 3 unit bet here. So if we lose this, the last attempt will be a 6 unit bet. We're just looking for 1 win out of the 3 attempts per row, right? But again, obviously winning on your first attempt will net you the most profit. but I will take a win right here. Can stop right there. Perfect. Right on the edge of section 2 and 3. All right. So we win that pressed bet, and take a look. We are at $1,062. We started with $977, I believe, right? So, you know, that is a healthy profit right there. Okay, so I think you guys get the idea of how to play the 4-slice roulette strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and exit the table as the video is getting long enough. All right, guys, there it is, $1,061 in the balance. And we only won, let's see here. So we lost these 3 bets. And then we placed a bet right over here. That's our first win. Okay, skip. And that was our second win. Did we only win twice? Oh, actually, I missed a win right over here. So we won 3 times. And I profited over $80, right? So that's 8 units because I was using $9 to $10 units per spin. So let me know what you guys think. That is the 4-slice roulette strategy. It is still a work in progress. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. Let's make this strategy way better if we can, okay? We can work on it together. So if you enjoyed the strategy and the video, destroy the like button. Let's get to 300 likes. Subscribe, turn on the bell. You can check out my website for more strategies, mrrafael.com. That is it. My name is Mr. Rafael, and you have been watching the 4-slice roulette strategy. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.